on the Wednesday, and I went on a 1,400-mile road trip all the way through Jacksonville up to Athens, Georgia, and back down. And one of the things that happened is that this little white condensation appeared in the engine block. And it was apparently, although I'm not sure, but as I looked into it, it appeared to be metal hydride. Metal hydrides are produced by the fusion of hydrogen with the metals with the kind of exotic metals in a Saturn engine. And I understand that even a very, very small amount of metal hydride, which looks like the little white powder, could in fact produce a great deal of hydrogen in a kit. And I wonder if anybody has explored that possibility.
What electrolyte was in the system?
Baking soda. Yeah, I believe it was baking soda. It might have been KOH, but I thought it was. Looking back, it must have been KOH, but I thought it was baking soda.
And you're certain it wasn't sodium hydroxide?
Yes.
You are certain?
Yes.
Okay.
But metallic hydrides have the property of being able to create hydrogen when mixed with water.
No, I understand that, and you're right. And you create those hydrides when you take aluminum and dip it in the bath of KOH. That's what causes the release of the hydrogen from the aluminum. Okay. The KOH will immediately eat through the aluminum oxide coating that forms natively on the surface of aluminum to allow the water to come into direct contact and create that reaction that releases the hydrogen. So you're correct, but I would also be concerned that some of the electrolyte had gotten into the intake and deposited itself.
I've seen your system. What you have is, a closed cell system. You know what I mean? It's no way of dispersing heat or anything like that. So what you had was condensation in your lines. You know what I mean? You didn't have a
line. This was on top of the engine block.
Right. You had condensation going through your lines. So your unit was burning so hot that it was making steam and everything.
Oh, by on top of the engine block, but you're saying on the outside, on the exterior of the engine? Okay, all right. You're not talking about you didn't take the snorkel off and look inside and see it. Okay, all right.
But I thought, since it requires a lot of heat and energy to fuse hydrogen with these metals, and the metal hydrides are then just loaded with hydrogen, that it could be a better starter. But I don't know how you would get metal hydride. I called up DuPont, and they don't have any source for them. The closest source was somebody out in Colorado makes them in little things about the size of a fountain pen that have 18 liters of hydrogen in something the size of a fountain pen. But I thought if you could get metal hydrides from somewhere, you might produce a lot more hydrogen with a small kit than you would expect, and maybe perhaps meet your 1 liter per liter standard.
There is a system out there that I've seen that takes spooled aluminum wire, feeds it into a potassium hydroxide bath with a pinch roller drive system like you would find on a TIG welder, okay, and it sends it through an O-ring into the bath, and it reacts with the KOH on demand and produces a very steady stream of hydrogen. So for a 1 pound spool of aluminum as your source for hydrogen, sending it into this, I think it equated to I forget how many gallons of gasoline, probably maybe 30 gallons of gasoline or something like that. And it was, it was cost effective to do it, but the system itself still releases an enormous amount of heat. And that heat has to be dispersed or drawn away with some sort of cooling system to keep it stable. So yes, you're right. There is a great deal of potential energy there, but there's also a resource that you're consuming to make it.
How long would that coil of aluminum last?
forget how many miles they said on an average car, probably 400 or 500 miles. But I don't see the general consuming public wanting to load a spool of aluminum wire in their vehicles. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's aluminum and gallium arsenide that's powering the cells in Canada, discovered by the National Research Council, and holders up there.
Right.
You might have read about that. Any thoughts about that?
I've not studied it.
There's a link on our site to the study.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, we've all seen those.
Earlier you mentioned Danny Klein, and he's the one that trademarked Aquagen.
Yeah.
I remember he had like 30 videos on his website, now he's got like 3.
Yeah.
And you said we haven't been able to replicate how he cuts the ceramic. Are we not producing the same gas that he did? I thought we was. I thought that HHO and hydroxy was the same thing that Danny Klein had.
They are.
As far as I know, it is.
Yeah, they are.
Then why haven't we been able to replicate that?
Well, what are you using to create a torch head?
I haven't produced any torches, but I figured somebody has it.
What I've learned, like with making a 10,000 degree torch, you gotta introduce oxygen to it.
Sorry, Jim?
But it is.
What I've learned how to do to build a 10,000 degree torch, you make your hydrogen, but you also gotta inject pure oxygen. And you can buy it at Home Depot.
So you're saying it probably is the same thing that he just trademarked as Aquagen?
Right.
Okay.
Right. That's correct.
I know there was some question about how he changed it, but I remember he said something in some of the videos that he had posted previously that it changed the polarity of the molecular structure of the molecule or something. They were saying that it was a whole new field of gases that was going to be explored.
Or maybe it's the Joe's Megasol or whatever.
Did it change it into yeah.
Magnet.
Magna gas.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we're almost out of ideas and questions.
I do have one more.
Oh, wait a minute! All of a sudden, the hands start to fly. Oh, wait! One more!
What's that about a conversation concerning HHO? It never ends. These guys never stop talking.
And they say women talk a lot. We take the road. Actually, we had the world's record. Just let you know. Anyway, I was watching the YouTube videos. I watched a lot of them. Probably way too many. I should have. But anyway, they were in one of the YouTube videos. They're running just straight water, no baking soda, no nothing, just straight water producing, HHO.
Right. I've seen
Then
it.
also that other video where the guy was trying to cure his wife's cancer, and he's running that flame.
Yeah.
That one really
He's right
salt
with
water.
water.
Salt water, as we know, is the most abundant source of anything on the planet, and pure water that we have in the lakes and stuff is very.
But again,
minuscule.
the
minuscule.
right.